Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another essential grammar in use lesson. Two things before we get started. I would like to remind you that if you have not turned in any previous homeworks, please make sure to do so. All homework links will be in the video description. And the second thing is, if you would like to catch up on anything or work by yourself at home, we would recommend you buy the Essential Grammar in Use book. So let's go ahead and get started. So today we are going to go over lesson 20, which is I have done, present perfect, and I did, past. All right. Before we get started, hello, my name is Yusuf. I'm from Cairo, Egypt, but I live and study in the United States of America. I will be your teacher for this course. So let's go ahead and get started. All right. So here it says with a finished time, such as yesterday, last week, etc., we use the past arrived, saw, was. We use these because the time that we're talking about has already happened. So that's why we use past tense words like arrived and saw. So here we have we arrived. And remember, it's past because we have like arrived, ed, it's past. So we arrived, and then finished time like yesterday, last week, at 3 o'clock in 2002, 6 months ago. So these are times that have already passed. Okay. So here we have a little graph. So we have the past right here. Okay. And any time between this point right here, and this point right here is considered a finished time. Okay. So for those, we would use things like arrived, saw, was, things like that. All right. So do not use the present perfect because then the sentence will be incorrect. Don't use present perfects with finished times. All right. So we have I saw Paula yesterday. Okay. Yesterday is a finished time, but we would not use present perfects like I have seen Paula yesterday because that would be incorrect. Okay. So where were you on Sunday afternoon? Okay. Sunday afternoon is a finished time. So we would not say, where have you been on Sunday afternoon? All right. Now, we didn't have a holiday last year. Is last year a finished time? You can put your answers in the chat. Last year, would we consider that a finished time? Yes, we would. All right, good. So we wouldn't say we haven't had a holiday last year because then that would be incorrect. Okay. What did you do last night? I stayed at home. All right. So last night, is that a finished time? Yes, it is. So what would be the incorrect way of saying this? Does anyone know? For this one, it would be something like, what are you do last night? And that would be incorrect. That wouldn't be right. So what did you do last night is what works. Okay. William Shakespeare lived from 1564 to 1616. He was a writer. He wrote many plays and poems. So 1564 to 1616, that is a finished time. That happened a very long time ago. So, and then we use he was a writer. We can't say he is a writer because he's not alive. So he's not actually writing. And we can't say he writes many plays because, he's not alive. So he can't actually write the plays. So we'd say he was a writer and he wrote many plays, which means he did it in the past. All right. So use the past to ask when or what time. Okay. So when did you buy your computer? We wouldn't say when have you bought your computer because that would be the incorrect way of saying that. Okay. What time did Andy go out? We would not say what time has Andy gone out. That would be incorrect. Okay. let's go ahead and move on. So here we're going to compare present perfects and past. Okay. So we have I have lost my key. Okay. If I have lost my key, that means I can't find it right now. All right. Ben has gone home. If Ben has gone home, that means he isn't here right now. Have you seen Kate? If the person hasn't seen Kate, then they're asking, have you seen her? That means they're wondering where she is right now. Okay. So now let's compare it to past. So I lost my key last week. All right. So the past one, it's saying a specific time that you lost the key. Present perfect, it just says that you lost it, but it doesn't say when you lost it. So that's the difference between those two. Like, for example, Ben has gone home and Ben went home 10 minutes ago. It's giving an exact time when Ben went home. Or for this one, did you see Kate on Saturday? And have you seen Kate? So we're talking about from the past, which is a finished time, to now. And then in the present perfect, we're talking about from the past until now, no specific time. Okay. All right. So have you ever been to Spain? All right. And then they're asking, so have you ever been to Spain in your entire life until now? All right. And then here in this one, it's just saying, did you go to Spain last year? Which is giving a specific time. Now we have, my friend is a writer. He has written many books. All right. So, and then this one, it says Shakespeare wrote many plays and poems. And we already talked about this in the page before, that Shakespeare lived a very long time ago, which is considered a finished time. So this is present. My friend is a writer, right? She's talking about like he's a writer right now. And Shakespeare lived a very long time ago. So that would not be present. Sam hasn't phoned me yet. All right. And then in this example, we have Sam didn't phone me yesterday. So this one's giving an exact time, like, hey, yesterday, Sam didn't phone me. And the other one is saying, Sam just hasn't phoned me at all. So we've lived in Singapore for 6 years, which means we live there now. Okay. And then we have, we lived in Glasgow for 6 years, but we now live in Singapore. All right. So they're saying that they were somewhere for 6 years, which is a finished time, because then they moved to Singapore. All right. So let's go ahead and go to the exercises. All right. So have you seen Kate? Okay. The answer that they have is yes, I saw her 5 minutes ago. So what we have to do is we have to complete the sentence in each blank. Okay. So have you started your new job? Yes, I blank last week. What would we put for this one? Does anyone know? For this one, we would put yes, I started last week. Good. Now we have your friends arrived? Now we have yes, they blank at 5 o'clock. So what would we put for this one? Does anyone know? Yes, they arrived at 5 o'clock. Good. Has Sarah gone away? Then we have yes, blank on Friday. So what would we put for that one? Has Sarah gone away? Yes, she left on Friday. That's what we would put for that one. And then for the last one, have you worn your new suit? and we would put yes, blank yesterday. So what would we write for that one? Yes, I wore it yesterday. Good. All right. So, um, here we have 8 sentences, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to look at all 8 of these sentences and we're going to see if the verb is correct or not, okay? So if it's fine, we're just going to write okay. If it's not and it needs to be fixed, we're going to write what we need to fix it to, all right? So the first one we have is I've lost my key. I can't find it, all right? So this one is fine. So we put okay. Now we have you seen Kate yesterday? That would be incorrect. It would be, did you see Kate yesterday? So now we have, I've finished my work at 2:00. Is that correct? This one wouldn't be I've finished, because that would mean that it would be I have finished my work at 2:00, and that's not right. It would be I finished my work at 2:00. It wouldn't be I have finished. All right. So that would just make it have an unnecessary word in there. All right. So we're done with that one. Now we have I'm ready now. I've finished my work. What about that one? That one's okay. Good. All right. Now we have what time have you finished your work? What about that one? What time have you finished your work? All right. This one would be what time did you finish your work? All right. Good. Okay. Sue isn't here. She's gone out. Is that one okay? Yeah, that one's okay. All right. Steve's grandmother has died 2 years ago. Is that one okay? Yeah, that one would just be died. So it would be Steve's grandmother died 2 years ago. And then for the last one, where have you been last night? Is that one okay? This one would actually be, where were you last night? Because we're talking about a specific time. We would say, where were you last night? All right. It could be, where have you been, if we weren't talking about a specific time. If we eliminated it last night here, then where have you been would work. But since last night is here, this would be, where were you? Okay. All right, let's move on. So we're going to put the verb in present perfect or past form. Okay. So my friend is a writer. He blank, and we have write. So has written many books. We didn't have, and we have not have here, so that's why it didn't have, a holiday last year. Okay. So I blank tennis yesterday afternoon, and we have play. So what would this one be? I played tennis yesterday afternoon. Good. Good. All right. What time blank you go to bed last night? Does anyone know that one? What time did you go to bed last night? Good. All right. Blank, a famous person. And the words we have is you ever meet. What would we do for that one? We would do, have you ever met? All right. Good. The weather blank, very good yesterday. And we have not and be. So that one. The weather wasn't very good yesterday. Or was not. Anything works. Okay. Kathy travels a lot. She blank many countries. And we have visit. This one would be she has visited many countries. Okay, good. All right. I blank off the light before going out this morning. And we have switch. So what would that one be? I switched off the light before going out this morning. All right, good. Okay. I live in New York now, but I blank in Mexico for many years. And we have live. So what would that one be? Lived. Good. All right. What's Canada like? Is it beautiful? I don't know. I blank there. And then we have not be. This one would say, I don't know. I haven't been there, or I was not there. I think it would be haven't been there, because you're saying like, hey, I never went to Canada, so I haven't been there. But I think both work. All right. So let's go ahead and move on. So we're gonna put the verb in present perfect or past, like we were before, for the next few. All right. So have you ever been to Florida? And we got have you ever been because of this, you ever be. So yes, we went there on holiday 2 years ago. Okay. And we got went because we had go. So blank a good time. And we have you have. So what would that one be? This one would be, did you have a good time? All right. And then for this one, it would be, yes, it blank great. So we have be. What would we do for that one? Yes, it was great. Good. Okay. Where's Alan? Blank him. And we have you see. For this one, it would be, have you seen him? All right. Good. So the next part. Yes, he blank out a few minutes ago. And we have go. So what would that one be? Yes, he went out a few minutes ago. Good. All right. And then we have and Rachel. I don't know. I blank her. And we have not see. So what would we put for that one? I haven't seen her. All right. So you could say I didn't see her or I haven't seen her. All right. Rose works in a factory. She blank there for 6 months. So what would we put? Because we have work. For this one, we do she has worked there for 6 months. Before that, she blank a waitress in a restaurant. Okay. So what would we do for this one? Before that, she was a waitress in a restaurant. Good. She blank there for 2 years. All right. So we have work. What would this one be? That one would be she worked there for 2 years, but she blank it very much. And we have not enjoy. So what would that one be? But she didn't or did not enjoy it very much. All right. So for the last one, now we have, do you know Mark's sister? And we have, I blank her a few times. And we have C. So what would this one be? We can say, I saw her a few times. I have seen her a few times, or anything like that. But I blank to her, never speak. What would we do for that one? This one, but I have never spoken to her. All right. So then we have blank to her, and we have you ever speak. So what one would that be? This one would actually be, have you ever spoken to her? Okay. Have you ever spoken to her? That one would be this one. Okay. And then A says, yes, I blank meet her. Meet is the word here. At a party last week. She's very nice. So what would this one be? Yes, I met her. Good. All right. Great job. Okay. So that is all that we have for today. So before we end it, I would just like to remind you guys one more time. Please don't forget to submit previous homeworks. All of them will be in the video description. I appreciate having all of you here. You all did great. And I will see you all next time.